What if everything you thought you knew about Lisa BLACKPINK's dream was just scratching the surface? From the very first frame, Lisa Manabin enters with an intensity that's almost magnetic. She doesn't just move through the scene, she commands it, her presence bending attention toward her with effortless authority. Dressed in a sleek ensemble that balances elegance and subtle ambition, she glides past luxurious interiors, the kind that make ordinary life feel distant yet tantalizingly close. A flash of red in the background, perhaps a car, perhaps something more symbolic, sparks immediate speculation. Social media erupts, fans dissecting every shimmer of gold, every interplay of shadow and light across her expressions. But beyond the obvious glamour, there's a hidden layer, a carefully orchestrated display of influence and strategy that only the keenest eyes might notice. Every gesture, every tilt of her head, every soft smirk is purposeful. Dream isn't just a short film, it's a study in perception, blending aspiration, artistry, and subtle cues designed to teach as it entertains. Observers start to see patterns. The placement of Lisa near symbols of power, the rhythm of her movements, even the way light accentuates details, all hinting at a narrative that speaks louder than words. Lisa's performance is an exercise in invisible storytelling, showing how one can curate public perception with precision, blending emotional resonance with strategic intent. The artistry is not merely in the visual spectacle, but in how each scene communicates influence, authority, and vision. Then there's Frédéric Arnault. His influence in this subtle dance is deliberate but understated. Not overtly present, yet perceptible for those who know where to look, he serves as a silent nod to the intersections between entertainment, luxury, and high-level strategic positioning. Fans catch fleeting hints, a reflective glance, a background detail, or a luxurious object suggesting connection. It's a quiet demonstration of how alliances amplify perception, a reminder that in both entertainment and business, the right association can magnify influence without needing to dominate the scene. The film becomes an unspoken lesson in positioning, timing, and strategic alignment while remaining emotionally captivating. Around the midpoint, the film teases a moment that holds viewers in suspense. Lisa pauses in an intimate yet grand setting, the light playing across her expressions in a way that seems almost alive. Questions flood the mind. Is she signaling personal ambition? Is this a silent nod to power dynamics and strategic influence? Tension is crafted to ensure engagement. Viewers can't look away, compelled to analyze, interpret, and immerse themselves further into the narrative. It's a precise balancing act of entertainment and subtle education, designed to teach lessons in influence and brand strategy while keeping emotions hooked. In this charged moment, Frédéric Arnault's presence is implied through subtle cues, a fleeting reflection, a background detail, a symbol of luxury that hints at unseen connections. His influence underscores the interplay of strategy and artistry, reminding viewers that every choice in Lisa's world carries layered meaning. The scene not only heightens suspense but also demonstrates how strategic partnerships silently shape perception, reinforcing the idea that influence often operates behind the scenes, quietly amplifying impact. Sakaguchi Kentaro appears sparingly, adding texture and credibility. His presence complements Lisa's command, providing contrast and depth without overshadowing the central narrative. Each interaction reinforces authenticity, reminding the audience that while the film is layered in strategy and subtle cues, it's also rooted in genuine performance. Observers see how cinematic chemistry can amplify storytelling, making lessons in perception and positioning feel natural and engaging. The few appearances are enough to provide context, create relational dynamics, and deepen the narrative without ever diverting focus from Lisa's dominant presence. The film continues layering intrigue. Every detail, from a fleeting glance, the glint of a bracelet, to the composition of a room, is calculated to keep curiosity alive. Viewers are drawn into a cycle of observation and speculation, learning about scarcity, timing, and subtle cues without realizing it. Social media buzzes as fans dissect nuances, theorize, and revisit frames, reinforcing retention and amplifying reach. Humor punctuates moments lightly, a playful glance, a subtle nod, easing tension and keeping engagement fresh. This is strategy disguised as narrative pleasure, a blueprint in motion for how entertainment, influence, and brand positioning interlace. As the narrative unfolds, the quiet presence of Frédéric Arnault continues to influence the story. Demonstrates how high-level strategy operates in a space that blends visibility with discretion. Viewers unconsciously absorb lessons about investment psychology, the art of association, and global branding, all while captivated by Lisa's mastery of the camera, movement, and emotional delivery. The storytelling operates on two planes, emotional and intellectual, teaching engagement and influence while providing aesthetic pleasure. Each moment reinforces the understanding that in the worlds of luxury, entertainment, and influence, perception often carries as much weight as reality. The plot thickens with subtle visual surprises. A camera angle catches just enough to suggest secrets, a gesture conveys unspoken communication, a glimmer of jewelry evokes aspirational luxury. Tension builds naturally, curiosity escalates, and audiences are gently taught the mechanics of engagement psychology, how scarcity, prestige, and subtle signals control attention. Lisa's artistry ensures that viewers are invested not only emotionally but analytically, recognizing patterns, interpreting intentions, and understanding influence without any overt instruction. The layering keeps retention high and creates an immersive experience that is both educational and entertaining. Later sequences show Lisa Manaban balancing vulnerability and poise, a masterclass in dual-layer storytelling. Her gestures, expressions, and deliberate pacing communicate lessons in consistency, influence, and personal branding. Each carefully curated frame reinforces how strategy and artistry converge to hold attention, build loyalty, and craft perception. Observers see the interplay of celebrity status, luxury appeal, and psychological engagement, all woven seamlessly into a cinematic tapestry. Sakaguchi Kentaro's subtle appearances punctuate key moments, providing contrast, human connection, and credibility without distracting from the overarching message. Lisa remains the central force driving influence and narrative control. Meanwhile, Frédéric Arnault's understated presence continues to ripple through the narrative, a quiet testament to strategic alliances and high-level influence. His subtle nods, fleeting glimpses, and carefully placed details serve as reminders that behind every visible moment of glamour lies calculated orchestration. Together, Lisa and Arnault embody a dance of power, prestige, and perception, teaching viewers how collaboration and association elevate both personal and brand influence, leaving audiences mesmerized by the seamless fusion of artistry and strategy. Closing scenes evoke strong emotion. Lisa emerges as a multidimensional figure, visionary, performer, and strategist. The film leaves audiences reflecting on artistry, influence, and the subtle forces that shape perception, inspiring both admiration and curiosity. Strategic associations and nuanced storytelling highlight how global branding and cultural influence are conveyed through performance, presence, and meticulous attention to detail. Social media buzz continues as fans share insights, speculate, and revisit the film, creating a self-sustaining cycle of engagement, reinforcing Lisa's status as both a cultural icon and a case study in influence. By the end, viewers recognize that dream transcends entertainment. It's an intricate study in perception, influence, and brand strategy. Every frame, every gesture, and every subtle cue is a lesson in how to merge artistry with strategic thinking. Lisa BLACKPINK isn't just performing, she's illustrating the power of presence, the science of association, and the impact of deliberate narrative construction. Observers leave captivated, thoughtful, and eager to see what she does next, having absorbed lessons on luxury, positioning, and global influence without ever feeling lectured. This short film becomes a living example of strategy embedded in entertainment, an enduring artifact of both culture and insight. If you've been drawn into Lisa's world, subscribe for behind-the-scenes access, exclusive updates, and deep dives into her artistry and influence. Share this experience with friends, revisit key moments, and continue exploring the layers of meaning, strategy, and subtle signals embedded in every frame. This is not just content, it's an entry into a universe where entertainment, sophistication, and global influence converge, curated by one of the most compelling artists of our time.